would you consider that like talking back or something? How do you feel about a woman like talking back or something?
Um, well, a woman, she have to express herself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a problem with a woman talking back. Like, that's nothing is wrong
So
with that.
maybe she was just expressing herself with the sassy thing. That was her way of expression.
Well, but we already know that's superficial. We already know we in this social media age where we see that a lot in the comments, and we see a lot of women calling men sassy. Like, that's very disrespectful. Like, so, and it's kind of like if you're still using it, if it's a trending word on social media so heavy, why are y'all so using it so much? Um, they're hurt, man.
Mm.
They're hurt by the truth.
You don't think it has nothing to do with it, they just don't like you?
I just think it's a disrespectful word. You know what I mean? To call a man sassy, like, and I think so. Yeah, it has a lot to do with them not liking me, so they're gonna use that word to say this how we gonna describe you. So,
What's another word she coulda used that would've been alright with you?
I think some of them said it. You're very argumentative. You up here arguing with the women. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're going back and forth. There's ways you can say it without putting that term out there like that. As far as that, it could be something different, but.
So, it didn't work out for you on the first time you came on to the show. It didn't and it also didn't work out for you for the second time. Why'd you come back?
Um, because I think it was enough time had passed. That was episode 15, and then the last episode was episode 55. So, they do them every week. So that was what, 40 weeks and 40 episodes ago. But also to redeem myself and to come back and see if it can work out again, really. You know what I mean? Because and to test the waters, to
Mm.
see if, you know, women are still stuck on the past of what I said, or to see if I could actually find a match and to pretty much kind of see where it would go from there. But I wanted to come back, man, because I think it you know, um, to redeem myself and to kind of explain from the previous episode, which I really never got to explain on that episode. But especially especially them giving their answers that they did you on previous episodes. So I could have indulged in it and asked for feedback. But what did I say on previous episodes? Um, so that's one of the things I wish I would have said. Like, tell me what was wrong, and I could have led by that rather than, you know, just telling them they gonna get it today.
I mean, that was like the viral moment for you because most people thought that me and you was about to get ready to beat that. You That's how I
Oh,
was like, "Oh, shoot, I think one of them really about to get it." Um, and you also mentioned oftentimes in your conversation, top tier man. Like, what for you, like, what's considered a top tier man? Like, what are the attributes of a top tier man? I Googled it and I couldn't find it.
I think the attributes of a top tier man is first, man, it's about believing that you are top tier. That's first and foremost, right? Because you can't expect somebody else to call you a top tier man. But if you want to just talk about the basics that people would understand, I mean, I would say, your accomplishments, your achievements, your healthiness, and I think it's just the confidence that men should have in themselves. So the confidence level, all puts anyone on the top tier level. What makes him top tier? Well, first is my belief that I am him, that I am a catch, a man that you should be with, or a man that you should marry, and to have a lot of top tier kids.
I feel like that was a corporate answer.
Yeah, I mean, that was a correct answer. You know what I mean? It's about.
I feel like I needed more elaborations. Like, I know it's not about the money,
Mhm.
but if all I gotta do is think I'm a top tier man and then I'm a top tier man, you're gonna have a lot of guys out here with their head blown up thinking they're top tier man and they're like that's like saying like a person can sing a rap and as long as they could believe that they could sing a rap, they're good at it. That doesn't so
Well, I
like
think
if
that
you had to give like a number one attribute that makes a man a top tier man, if you're saying it's not finance, what is it?
It would be achievements,
So as long as he's accomplished, he's top tier.
definitely.
Okay. What have
Yeah.
you accomplished?
I accomplished a lot in my life, man. Obstacles that I've went through, school. Um, I accomplished this this goal of mine of um, becoming an aircraft mechanic. You know, because you got to understand in this particular profession, man, is we are a very small percentage of black um aircraft mechanics. You know what I mean? So I think I stepped into an industry field where it's very little of us. The schooling was is very long, and it's mechanical, man. It's hard to put these pieces together and to make a big beautiful engine fly. You know what I mean? A plane flies. So, but um, I
I could
accomplished.
make a plane fly. I could build an airplane, Lego airplane set. I had saw that Amazon.
Oh
That
yeah.
you could do the Lego airplanes.
Uh,
Would I be considered an airplane mechanic? A Lego
uh,
airplane mechanic?
nah, you wouldn't be considered that. No.
Would you consider me your friend?
No, no, I wouldn't
Okay.
consider you my friend.
Okay. So what's a top tier woman?
A top tier woman is an accomplished woman who's
Mm.
achieved a lot of things. It's basically the same in reverse. You know what I mean? And a top tier woman she can have multiple kids, right? If you have multiple from a different man,
Mhm.
that disqualifies yourself.
So it disqualifies a top tier woman from getting a top
That's
tier
exactly
man
right. Why?
if she
Because there's
has
billions
two.
of women on this planet. I think the foundation of it is you believing that you are top tier. A lot of people don't believe that, believe it or not. But I think it's just your accomplishments, becoming successful in your spirituality, in your career, but most of all, man, in how you treat other people. I think that's a big one as well. How you treat other people, it makes you top tier.
So what if she's very accomplished and she treat other people well, but she got like 4 baby daddies from 4, you know?
Well, I mean, that's up to whoever is trying to date her or whoever is judging her. But I think that
But she would be top tier to you because she's accomplished and she still is treat people nicely.
if you said treating the people nicely or not treating them nicely, which one?
Treating them nicely and she's accomplished, but she got 4 baby daddies, so she would still be considered top tier
She
then.
would still be considered top tier. Yeah,
So then all the women on the other episode, the first one you were on, would be considered top tier if they were accomplished and treat people nicely.
they would be. They would be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They would be.